Hi again, and welcome to Children's Time. I've just been working with my jewelry. It looks a little strange, doesn't it? I when I started out making jewelry, I made earrings. Like these are some. I didn't make the actual glass part, but I put them together. And a lot of people in my family and my friends got earrings. And then I started making necklaces, like some like this. That wasn't too bad, but I found I wasn't very good at it. I took classes and I did different things, but I decided, what my gift was really that I was good at creating new things out of other things and adapting them. So I ended up with a lot of beads, tons and tons of beads that I didn't know what to do with, and some kind of strange jewelry pieces like these. And the other day, I wanted to make something for my granddaughter who was having her first communion, and I saw these crosses that were made out of beads and different jewelry. And I thought, wow, that would be a great way for me to use up my old jewelry. So this is kind of the first one I made. I had this vision of what it was going to look like, but this wasn't really it. I don't know, just it didn't work right. So, but I kept thinking about and putting them together. And finally, I did one that looked kind of like this, which I think looks pretty good and really actually looks like a cross, and it looks the way I wanted it to look. Well, in today's story called The Most Magnificent Thing, there's a little girl who her talent, she thinks her talent is that she can build anything and make anything magnificent. I think her gift is really she's got a lot of perseverance. Sometimes our gift is a little different than the technique, but actually the ability to stick with it. So let's listen to her story, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Bible story today afterwards. The Most Magnificent Thing, written and illustrated by Ashley Spires. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things and he unmakes things. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up someplace out of the way and get to work. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to see that the thing isn't magnificent. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She decides to try again, so she saws and glues and adjusts and twists and tweaks and fastens. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square and round, gives it legs and adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy. She makes it long, short, smooth, big, small, and one even smells like stinky cheese. But none of them are magnificent. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand what it's supposed to be. They can't see the magnificent thing she has in her mind. And she gets mad. And the angrier she gets, the faster she works. If only the thing would just work. Crunch! The pain starts in her finger. It rushes to her brain and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I am no good at this and I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much help at first, but before long she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head, and as they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again, but then she notices something surprising. There are some things of the wrong things that are really quite right. There are all sorts of parts that she likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work, and she works carefully and slowly. When she's finished, she alerts her assistant, and the pair take a long look. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. It really is the most magnificent thing. Was so impressed with how hard this little girl worked to create her magnificent creation. I mean, she had the worst trouble and she just stuck with it probably all day. And then finally got so frustrated that her dog had to talk her into taking a walk. And then she suddenly saw that some of the things were right, they weren't all wrong. And she thought of a new way to put them together. So she had a wonderful gift of perseverance and was so enthusiastic about herself and her gift. Today's Bible story is from Matthew 25, and Jesus tells a parable about a master who called his slaves to him, and he gave them what it's called talents. So just say it's money to make it a little easier for us. And to one man he gave $100, to another he gave 50, and to the final one he gave 10. And he said, "Go out and multiply them, and bring me back what you make." And so the first one went out, and he doubled the money. He made it into $200. And the second one got another $20 out of it, so he had $70. And the final man, who had $10, said, "Nah, $10 is not really worth much. I'm not going to get too much from that. I think I'll just keep it safe and bury it." Well, as my mother said, use it or lose it. And this man lost his talent because he just buried it and didn't use it. And he lost his job also. So I think why Jesus is telling us this story is to remind us that we've all been given gifts. We may not be fabulous musicians or artists or even public speakers, but we all have gifts. And it's important that we use those gifts to help others. And the more we use them, the more joy they will bring, and the larger the gift and talent will become. If we draw, we can draw cards and send them to people that are sick or can't get out. If we like to talk, we can go visit people or call them on the telephone. Need to use the gift you've been given, even if you're not real good at it, like me with my jewelry. If it brings you joy, I bet it will bring somebody else joy too. Just the fact that you thought of them and made something special for them. So have a blessed day and be sure and use your gifts. And remember the song about this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And I'm not going to hide it. All right. I look forward to seeing you next week. Love you. Bye.